Hello everybody, my name is Dave Collins and I am the Innovation Manager at the Norwegian Centre for Zero Emission Neighbourhoods in Smart Cities, otherwise known as ZEN. And today we're going to do a science experiment. Usually when it comes to science there's a little bit of distance between us the scientists and the general public, and we need to get better at bridging that gap. So I thought today I would show you something really cool. And today we are going to work with a Tesla coil. So this was the invention of Nikola Tesla, a scientist who did much of his work in the early 20th century. Nikola Tesla was a Serbo-Croatian-American scientist, very little to do with the cars, just share the name. And he invented some fantastic things that we use today. The biggest one being AC current, alternative current. And this building would not be possible without that. And we're in a solar-powered building called the ZEB Lab, where AC current is the foundation of our ability to generate solar power. So without him, we wouldn't have had many of the, especially the larger electronics that we had today. And if you really want to have go down a rabbit hole, Google Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison and see the greatest fight of the 20th century that didn't involve somebody killing somebody. So he also had lots of ideas that never flew. And one of them was the idea of a Tesla coil. So he had this idea that if you created huge charges of electricity, you could get that charge to jump gaps between huge distances to wirelessly power things and even send messages. So almost like a primitive version of Bluetooth. But alas, it didn't cotton on. Nobody was very interested and his device was disassembled, but the principle was not forgotten. So in 2024, we're very familiar with wireless chargers. You have a pad and you put your phone on it and it charges. But I bet you can't hold your phone like kind of this distance and still charge it. Well, a Tesla coil allows us to do this. So effectively what we have here are two separate coils, and one goes through the first, then the second, and then we put in so much power that it has to discharge all of that energy. And we are going to use the arcs that come out of this, the artificial lightning, in order to power some little toys I have here. So it's nothing that's going to really set the world on fire, or hopefully not this room even. I have a standard little LED here, a clouded one, and a piece of conductive metal. So you'll see in a minute what we're going to do with these. Now, safety is everything, and I'm probably going to go a bit overboard with safety today, but I'm not wearing any rings, watches. Smartwatch is gone, my phone is over here, and I have some gloves that are certified to work with electricity, and this to protect my eyes because I quite like having two retinas. So without further ado, let's fire this up. So firstly, the boring bit. This is a very, very good look. And I'm getting some very odd looks from people walking past the meeting room. But should science not instill curiosity? All right, let's prime the coil. This is going to get a bit noisy as well, so I have to raise my voice a little whilst we do this. So get the frequency correct. Look at that. So these are arcs of power that are discharging into the air around us. So to show you how conductive it is, so if I put this here, if I do like this perhaps, you can see the energy conducting up and through this. But how about wireless power? So let's have a look at our LED here. So imagine you have a device a good distance away, and then imagine if through simple access to an arc, you can supply wireless power. This device could be a whole house or a large electronic device if the technology was good enough. Let's try our frosted LED. quite as spectacular. But to me, this is one of the great lost technologies. Imagine where we would have been today if we had no electricity pylons and we had all of these wireless systems to allow us to power anything. I can even feel it a little bit in my hand, a little kind of like a flicking feeling in my fingers, and I can smell it a bit in the air as well, a little bit of ionic discharge. So anyway, that is a Tesla coil. So this can charge or power this device at a distance of about 3 or 4 centimeters. But Tesla envisaged a world where it could be many meters, many feet, even kilometers. So thank you all for watching, and keep being curious.